off the top of my head what ammo it was in that place to begin with. So I wouldn't even really know if it got swapped, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't have a spot for this yet. So let's chuck that there. Chuck that back there. I don't know about the chess board or whatever. I'll put that chess checkers, whatever. Can I... Oh yeah, it's a checkerboard. I guess I could put this over here. It's not like I'm gonna use it. I was keeping like nice shit on this thing, or at least interesting shit, but I don't really find like a checkerboard to be that thrilling. The little mouse toy amuses me, and the glitter, obviously. And I stole somebody's bonsai tree because obviously nobody's keeping track of it anymore, so I might as well. Get this disassembled, and I'll take out the wall, and then I guess I could still put the boxes just around the corner. I just don't know how the wall separates that shit. If I put the boxes down and then I move the crap out of the two boxes here and lift them up, I could probably get at the wall then. As I don't pop a hole in the fucking back wall or some shit, you know? That would be just so fucking stupid. Because, like, I haven't really built walls yet. It's discombobulated typing on mobile. Yeah, mobiles will do that to you. The new rifles and stuff are nice. Appreciate more options. Oh yeah. Do you wish the lever actions had new animations instead of bolt action one? Yeah, I haven't found any like ranged guns for the most part. I keep finding like pistols and shotguns. I have used a shotgun, I think, a couple of times. I think it might have been what I used over Christmas. But yeah, apart from that, yeah, destroy the fame. Apart from that, like, yeah, there's not that much experience with them to kind of notice the difference. But I know that they basically like took a shit ton of ammo. I don't know if they replaced it with said same ammo, which would fucking suck for anybody. Imagine that, like, suddenly you've got the guns but no ammo. You know, that I could understand. What are you? Tired? Still breaking point? Getting hot from doing stuff. Okay, and now I've got whatever all this crap is on the ground, which for some reason isn't showing up on floor inventory, so it's something I gotta move out of here. So I'm gonna put 2 crates here. I might even consider moving the dining table or whatever. I might put that maybe where the rug is or move it near the rug or something. Just because, yeah, I just kind of want to clear up an area where I've got like more boxes and shit. I wanted to take out this wall for ages too. There's I thought about taking out the bathroom wall and then maybe putting some storage boxes in there, like getting rid of the sinks on that side and putting storage boxes in there. Although I was just thinking about putting like one of the rainwater catcher things in there, but I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. So my logic, hang on a ticket, it might be a little bit too dark still. Let me get out my torch. I think this is a slightly different layout than the usual bathroom I've had. So what I was thinking initially was I'm like, oh, I could put like one of the rainwater collectors on this and then it would plumb to it and stuff. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'd then have to fill it with fucking water. So that's not super useful. But I was thinking if I got rid of this like corner wall, I don't know about keeping the bathtub. That's a maybe. But that would allow me to have 2 spots here and possibly this whole wall with storage in a nook then, instead of like, I'm gonna run out of room space like real quick because I'm gonna try to put an antique fireplace back in here like we used to have, and I'm gonna try to install like a single bed in here so when winter comes around I can be warm this time, because I got through to like winter last time before they brought in multiplayer, and obviously I lost my game. So yeah, see how that goes. And obviously, like I said, if I don't find the fucking stove or whatever, like I said, no hints, no locations and shit, I don't know if I can have a campfire just raw in this house. I don't want to obviously put it and then die and then lose my whole house. So like, yeah, if you guys know if you can actually safely have a campfire on the floor in this space, let me know. Because like, yeah, I will want to probably do that in the worst case scenario in winter so I could have a warm room. But I also would imagine that running a fucking fireplace in winter with a shut-ass window and a closed-ass door, it gets you, like, you know, killed anyway. So, I don't know. I also need to get water, apparently. And I will also get some of my drink. Hold on. Sure plan to, since basically unfinished 42. I'm not holding it against them until I get it to stable. Our devs are doing great work. Well, see, I come from the logic of absolutely, like, being disinterested in Project Zomboid and hating it. And then, like, basically playing it and then not hating it. So, like, I haven't really followed their whole dev journey and stuff like that. But I am aware that, like, they do seem to keep shit, like, relatively updated. They supposedly try not to break the game and stuff. This is why I was saying at the beginning, I'm like, I was told that, like, they don't usually, like, break the game. And I've had, like, about 3 or so games so far where I've lost my save. Like, we had, when they went to multiplayer, I definitely fucking lost it. Which was kind of sad because, like, I wanted to go and do something with that, you know? So, yeah, I was only, like, a little upset with it because, like, I, as I said, came from, like, the 7 Days to Die, like, concept of zombie games and shit, where every single time the fucking creators decide to add something or change something, they force you to fucking start a whole new save. And I'm like, I'm so done with that. I'm just like, I'm so done with constantly having to start again. It's not about the starting again part, it's the, I'd like to have a game that, like, lasts, not for eternity, but for, like, a very long time, if I could. And just, like, experience that whole world and stuff. Like, at the moment, like I said, like, we got to winter last time. I didn't get out of winter before multiplayer happened, but I would like to see, because obviously, like, I had to learn, like, winter. I had to adjust. That shit was hard, you know, because, like, I'd never done winter. I was going, like, no hints and shit like that. So when my girl got sick and stuff, like, I didn't know what to do, and I was trying to, like, fix her up, but every time she died from hypothermia or sneezing next to a zombie, like, I still had to walk the next person to the space in winter with, like, no warm clothes, and yeah, it was just really, really bad. So I was kind of like, once we got past that, which, by the way, she's at 25 days. I haven't really taken her very far, not like the first girl. We went on a fucking zombie killing expedition. But yeah, it'd be nice to kind of, like, have to go into winter and then come out of winter and then have to adjust to the heat again. I think that would be neat, you know? I don't have a campfire, but you can build a fire pit specifically inside safely. Was it, or charcoal grill? As in, like, when you say a charcoal grill, do you mean like a barbecue? Because, like, I was just, like, zooming out because I used to have one. I'm like, I don't think I still have one in this kitchen. No, I have a fuck ton of pots and pans. That's what I've got in this place. But yeah, I used to. Still that crap over there if you can. Fireplace, fire pit, grill. Indoors doesn't kill you, unlike generators. I found a, what was it called? I found a brazier in a basement, and I wanted to take that because I'm like, that shit would be able to be, like, keep me warm. Even if I couldn't cook on it, I'd probably be able to keep it warm. But I couldn't fucking take it. So that was a bit far. But I do have a generator here. It does have fuel in it. I can turn the oven on to cook something if I urgently need food. My only problem is, like, I don't really want to run it. Like, I've got spare enough fuel to keep it to run it and stuff, but, like, I just kind of don't casually want to, kind of thing. I also don't quite know where I'm going to put these. I think I've filled up. The only other spot I could put it is here, which I was putting, like, random shit on that. Or I could put it in that nook for the moment. That wouldn't be a huge issue for now. Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on. I wanted to get rid of this desk. That's right. Okay, first things first. I don't know if she can pick up anything at the moment. Is it because she needs a saw? Alright. I want to get rid of the chair and hacksaw would do it. I want to get rid of the chair. I want to get rid of the desk so that then I have 4 in here because this is my like car parts and stuff room. I also want to get rid of this as well so I can store more shit. That does mean that I've got to pick up these and they've got to be empty. And I also was keeping shit in here too. I was keeping like my history of like death. I was going to call this a bracelet for a second. I'm like, no, that's a key ring. So I might just drop this and I will see if I can pick some shit up. So the way I can get rid of this, because I've got the kitchen bench thing, the dining table. I want to keep that. That way when I need to build something on a desk, I still have one. I also still have the fold-out table outside. So in the absolute worst case scenario, I can... Oh shit, you might have an issue with that having stuff in it. I know, she's too busy getting shit out of it. Yeah, I can always go and build outside if I need to. So there is that option if I accidentally fuck up and get rid of the dining table. I need you to stop that and empty the thing because I don't think all this shit's just going to disappear, but I don't want to find out. So then you can destroy this. There you go. Alright, you can have that crap. I'm pretty happy with the dev so far. I'm like really like trying to go for longer term saves. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Like I've been playing since not last Christmas, last Christmas before that. But I only play for like 4 to 8 hours a week, give or take. And so like I don't have a lot of hours in it. And while like in the beginning I definitely went with like a lot of advice and a lot of help and stuff like that, I've been trying to kind of run more on like the low to no guidance kind of stuff. And definitely like no hinting, no outright answers for like locations and shit. I want to kind of find all that crap on my own, you know. But at the same time, I would like to definitely play a longer save. And my actual goal is to try to keep one of my girls alive for like longer than a month. I've had one that's been like 24 days. I've had one reach a year, sorry, not a year, a month. And then, or almost a month. And then I had an offline game where I got a girl to like a month and stuff. But my only problem with that is that like, I got a girl pretty close to like a month in at the beginning of this game, and then obviously like I died and shit. I jumped off a veranda and she just crumpled, so that was a learning curve. It was a non-zombie death, and yeah, that was kind of upsetting because I'm like, she was doing so good. We had like 600 zombie kills, which is the most zombie kills I've ever done, and on top of that, yeah, I had like so much progress and shit, you know? So yeah, that was a little disappointing. And this is my 3rd girl, I'm pretty sure. It's also nearly nighttime, so you want to make her sleep soon. But I definitely prefer playing for like a longer sort of game. Like the very first run, I definitely didn't notice like the seasons change and shit until it was like winter. I'm like, oh, that's neat. Whereas now I'm like, you know, not that I have a fucking tree near me, but I see that like, you know, the foliage changes and shit like that. And you can actually sort of see the seasons changing and shit around you. And I also didn't really know American season months. So I wasn't sure when winter was, and I wasn't sure when winter finished and shit. And of course, it being a game as well, there's also a bit of like artistic liberties with that. And, yeah, so that was one of those, like, also I wasn't quite sure. I don't know if I left my door open here. Yeah, I did. Alright, cool. Now let's get your ass to sleep. And I'll feed you in the morning. A really good save, but then multiplayer came out and broke my world. I had a really good save then too. And I was kind of like upset with that as well when it broke it. Because like I also was like at a point where I'd just done like, I did a shit ton of like wood chopping, and I had like, I'd spent like 4 hours fucking chopping wood and shit. And I had a shit ton of resources and crap. And then on top of that, like, I was ready to go and explore somewhere very specific, which I don't fucking remember now, but yeah. I think you might be starving to death. Nope, just hungry. Extremely overloaded. Alright, somebody is definitely dying, but that's okay. I also have a shit ton of eggs. I don't keep any animals or not doing like animal husbandry stuff, but I do have, I do know of the existence of some chickens, and I do kind of go and like just poke my nose in their pen every so often and just see if I can bring home like some fresh eggs and crap. So that has also been really useful because like I have like 50 fucking eggs. Mind you, I burnt a full stack of those. So yeah. But I think yes, the barbecue. Definitely recommend a fire pit if you can find the wood stove or something. When you say, hold on, let me sit her down because she's a bit overloaded. When you say a wood stove, you mean the antique wood stove? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, I don't want any like direct like where it is or shit. But yeah, I'm currently trying to find one of those. I thought I had like an electronics box, but this will be fine here for the moment. That was me screaming. Well, I can't do much about that. I guess when you finish. So definitely vibe with the trying to figure out things on your own. Yeah, I appreciate that though. Not everybody does. Some people get like incredibly frustrated and pushy about the fact that like I don't know something. And I'm just like, look, I understand obviously if I 100% wanted no spoilers ever, right? Oh my god, you can sniff shit. Like I would obviously like play shit offline. Can I not put that on there? I'll put it up here. There we go. I'll never find it. I'll see that on the ground and I won't know where it is and it'll fucking drive me mental. But yeah, no, I like the concept of exploring and stuff. Like obviously I haven't got that far yet. I kind of want to grab her something proper to eat and then sit her down for just a hot second while I have a look at the map. I know that she can't look at it while she's eating, but I also need to stop feeding them like just pure sugar or pure oil because like I keep doing that. And I've also been better about like, now that I know that I can make them do exercise and it doesn't kind of just kill them. Yeah, I've been keeping them like fitter and shit too. Hey Q, what have you been up to? Was that the Tinkerer? Maybe. You sit your ass down there. First things first, before you have some food. So I'll open up the map and we are here. This is where my base is. I've got this base like 3 times or so far. It's actually pretty good. There's like, once you've cleared out near it, there is almost nothing near it. Like you barely ever get zombies here. You do get deer and shit. So it's a really good spot. I like that I can potter around my house and not worry about like a zombie falling in the window or coming back to like a horde in my yard, right? Which is really good because at the moment I'm still kind of like, I need that step back reprieve. I will hydrate. Thank you. Hold on. Thank you, Nobella. And also welcome in. But yeah, so when I go into town, I go into town with the concept of I know I am going off to fight zombies, right? There's the mentality is I'm going outside, I'm going into a zombie infested area. I'm prepared for it and stuff. When I'm home, I'm not really prepared for it. I do know that like as I advance with the game and stuff, I will eventually pick a more in town or location specific house. And then I'll have to obviously mitigate zombies as I exist, right? But I've done, as far as I know, I've explored all of West Point. I haven't gone in every single house. I did at one point in one of the games. And I found this recently. There's a storage unit there with like a fuck ton of generators. There's like 7 generators in there or something. So that was neat. I don't have it on this map. I also didn't know what this place was, by the way. But we found the magazine for it. So it was actually a mall. I didn't know that that's what that was. I think somebody said it was like a West Point mall or something. And I'm like, I didn't know that exists. So I was like kind of pissy about it. But I think that's what we were talking about. I have not on this game, but a previous one. If this is where Louisville is, because normally I get like the 4 squares, right? I have gone for a journey up here before and I've found a fence and I know there's a way in, but I haven't gone through that myself. So I haven't gone into there yet. I only tried to journey up there once because there was like what appeared to be a school in this area and stuff. I think this is a university, which is even more interesting to me. That would probably be like overrun as all fuck. But I don't want to go into Louisville yet. I work my way up to that. I have found like Muldoon down here, but I haven't found it on this one yet. I haven't gone down there. I do want to go down there though. I do want to find a car and then go down and check out like, I can't remember. And I found my way over to here, to Rosewood or whatever. We went over there pretty early game as well to loot out a lot of supplies and shit, which was actually pretty useful. That was like really, really like lucrative kind of run. And at the very first thing I did when I started this map is I beelined up for here because I saw this place, whatever it's called, Riverside. I found this place in passing in my last game and I never stopped there. It was just like, it was one of those like grayed out spots like that where I haven't been, but it shows up. And I'm like, that looks interesting. So I went there because there was a school. I killed like 600 zombies through this town. There's like 3 cars, I think, that have got fuel in them that are parked at the fuel station and stuff. So like, I've done a pretty good job with that. I've looted the school, I've looted the bookstore, I've looted the spiffo, the servo, and I've killed like a good amount of the zombies and stuff. But I assume some of them will respawn. And then I found another place, not quite that far, I don't think. There's another place like here. I went up there and that was a fuck around and find out town full of zombies. So I yeeted out of there. And there was also one like that down here somewhere near Mulder. And that was really, really bad. I found that in winter when my person was starving and I was going scavenging for food. And there was like, everybody was like heavily fucking armed zombies. So I don't know what that was. I don't want to know what that was. I'll find out eventually. I'll find it again and I'll find out again eventually. I also got a map for like a bunker. So that was interesting. This is like, I don't know if that's just a bunker on its own or if this is like a town on top of it or whatever, but I'd like to check that out too at some point. But like, these are some of the things I've got at the moment. I've also unlocked some kind of, I don't know if it's this one. This is some other, yeah, Irvington Speedway. So there's a fucking another town over here as well. I haven't been to that. This is the first time I got something to suggest that there's something over there. So that's neat too. So I'm looking forward to exploring this. I'm aware that I think here is a bit of water. I don't know if that goes all the way around, but yeah, I've probably spent the most time in West Point and Mulder. They're like the 2 locations I've been at the most. And I've dabbled in Rosewood for cars and shit, but this particular map did not have a lot of cars that I wanted in Rosewood, so I wouldn't go back down there to probably do car harvesting, but I would like to go down to Mulder and like have a look at that, ideally soon, whether it's tonight or the next time I play. One of the 2 will be fine. But yeah, they're getting random group of zombies at home in the middle of nowhere throws me off a ton. Well, the thing is, like, I have a basement and shit here. I would have liked a 2nd level so that I could maybe install like, you know, water and shit, because we got our first very exciting, fucking this spinny thing I found somewhere, but very excitingly, I got my first fucking rainwater tanks in this place. Look at this shit. It only took me like a couple of years to get one of these fuckers. I recall these being like 4 fucking carpentry or some shit, right? So I absolutely grinded to get 4, and then I learnt that it was 3, and I'm like, okay, did that change? Like, let me know. Did the fucking amount to make a rainwater thing change down to 3, or was it always 3? And I just overassumed because, and where the fuck did this pen come from? But anyway, yeah, we finally made one of these. So when I made one of those, I promptly made 2 more. So I can have one that I can wash my shit out of, and I have like 2 for like actual like water collection. I also found 3 buckets this time, so very, very rich with water, which is very nice. So yeah, we'll see. What else? At the mall, yeah, the place is loaded. Mega infested though, but Riverside, yeah, big place. So the thing is, like, I've watched Harvest do like some zombie games and stuff like that where it's like, you know, those 100 people versus whatever type ones. But like I haven't known any of the locations that are being displayed, and because I don't know them, I can't tell the difference between them and possibly a custom imported location on a map. So like they're never, to me, they're not really spoilers because like I don't know where the fuck they are, and I don't know if they're real locations, right? And if they do happen to be real locations, by the time I find one myself, I'll probably be so fucking overwhelmed with zombies I won't even notice. But yeah, I gotta find a fucking I gotta get my mechanic skill up, and I've got to find a better van. I'll probably take the taxi into town, honestly, because I want to find, even if I could get a hood for this, it wouldn't help too much. Let me go get an axe. I got shit to cut down out here because I couldn't get all the way across the road. Now, where the fuck did I put my axe? I've moved a lot of my stuff around, and I do have some order to this place, but I don't have like absolute order. So a little bit of it's a little bit chaos. I also found like a fuck ton of jars. So yeah, I might use those. I'm pretty sure I had like, I keep seeing meat cleavers and being like, oh, there's something. I saw like a gas cylinder thing, and I'm like, no, what? I thought it was like a little bomb or something. It won't be that one. I do have a saw, but I was pretty sure I have a proper full fucking axe. I also think I've done like a really good job with most of the walls. And as you guys said, I don't need XP for possibly removing this wall. And by the look of it, I can kind of reach some of it. So I will have to probably put these containers somewhere fucking else. Because, yeah, actually, hold on. Let's do that first. Because what's going to happen, hold on. I like to have all like the bags that I find. I like to kind of like keep a little like shelf collection of them like on display. Hold on. I know I put one of my trauma bags in here, but I'm just saying like I have like a few good bags, and I like kind of like just keeping them out where I can see them and shit. But I have been using this little trunk on the ground here to put away like excess things, because my person will try to put them in there as a storage container. So yeah, I've been doing that instead. I also don't know where the fuck I got some of this other shit from, but I guess for the moment, hold on, this is technically a shelf. I have screws and shit on this. Okay, I do need to clean this out. This is miscellaneous shit. This will do for, I do have spots for these, but where did I have something weird in here before? I guess it's just this, but I can burn that shit. Hold on. We got places for that. That's it. Bit of a noob. Can't say about the level requirement. There's level? Oh, you mean like skill levels and shit? Never mind. I thought for a second there, I'm like, there's like actual like leveling in some capacity. I'm like, interesting. I might put this on here for the moment. I don't super want to have all of these shitty keys. But I am also keeping those as like death trophies. So this is my third life as well, you know. What else? Riverside's a big place. Plus I don't like Riverside that much. Favorite town is just, was it? Favorite town just because coastal layout is Rosewood. I don't mind Rosewood. I like the layout, you know. I do think that that's kind of neat, you know. But yeah, it's definitely, like, everybody said I should start there, and I'm like, it just kind of wasn't my jam to go start in, like, the quietest place, allegedly. And then when I went there, I'm like, this place is fucking infested with zombies like crazy. What are you guys on about? Like, I understand it wouldn't have been a bad place, resource-wise, you know. What else? Is fully post-outage survival with that? Oh, hold on, I missed some shit in here. The spinny heart. Oh yeah, no, I found this spinny thingy like in another game, but I couldn't pick it up, and then I found it this time, and I'm like, one of my early girls, I was going to do stuff with thread because she had tailoring and crap, and I was like, I might as well try. And then I found this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, let's just take it home. I had the availability to do it, and I couldn't take the brazier, so fuck it, we took this, you know. Yeah, what else? Does that car scare me? They're like big metal horses. They're fully into post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I think I've like sort of caught up at this point. Hold on. So yeah, the post-outage stuff, I have mostly so far played, luckily at this point, with mostly no power and stuff. A lot of my games, the power went out after like 2 days. Like no power and water at like day 2 and stuff on most of my saves. So this is the very first save I've had where I've had like power and shit for like, we had it for almost a month, I think. It was just so ridiculous because every time I looked at it, I'm like, I'm surely going to lose power today. I'm surely going to lose power today. And then I wouldn't lose power. And I'm like, why do I still have electricity? So like, I'm not mad about that. That was kind of neat getting it for so long because I got to like go and get a lot of food. I got to like